New South Wales MP and convicted sex offender Gareth Ward has resigned from State Parliament ahead of a vote to expel him. Ward has been in jail since last week after he was convicted by a jury of sex offences against two young men. For more, reporter Alex Lewis joins us from Sydney. So Alex, what can you tell us about Mr Ward's decision to resign?
Well, Ros, Gareth Ward had a choice: jump or get pushed. Ultimately, he chose the former, but only at the 11th hour. His letter of resignation was received by the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly at 9:08, less than 90 minutes before that House was expected to exercise its power to expel the member for Kiama. This is an ancient power that representative bodies around the world have used. It's rarely used, and if Ward had been expelled, he'd be the first MP booted from the lower house in more than 100 years. Now, Ward has been in jail since last week when his bail was revoked. He'd been convicted by a jury of sex offences, including two young men, including a political staffer. The government notified Ward last week of its intention to move to expel him. And on Monday, Ward's lawyers mounted a last-minute legal challenge to try to prevent the Parliament from exercising this power, claiming that it was beyond its power to expel Ward from Parliament. The Court of Appeal late yesterday rejected that argument. And this morning, Ward finally fell on his sword after being called to do so by not only the government but the opposition for weeks.
Not in 107 years has this House been required to expel a member. And the fact that we were about to make such a determination is a pretty shameful exercise and should have been done following the verdict by the jury.
Alex, we also heard from New South Wales Premier Chris Minns. What's he had to say?
Well, the Premier says that the government and the opposition were ready to work together to expel Ward from the lower house this morning. He says it should have happened much earlier, in fact, immediately following the verdict of the jury. The Speaker says he intends to issue writs for a by-election. It's unclear exactly when that'll be held. At this stage, Labor is certainly considering fielding a candidate. I suppose the bigger question is whether the Liberal Party, which Ward once belonged to, would field a candidate in Kiama. The opposition leader, Mark Speakman, is yet to confirm what the party will do in the seat. But one thing is for certain: the people of Kiama will be returning to the polls in the coming months.
Obviously, we believe this resignation should have come earlier, and the circumstances relating to it meant that a lot of time, effort and energy was spent in the New South Wales Supreme Court proving what most people who live in this state would have known instinctively, and that is that if you're convicted of some of the most serious charges, sexual assault in New South Wales, you can't sit as a serving member of Parliament drawing a parliamentary salary. How can you represent your community from behind bars in Cessnock? How can you do constituent interviews?
He can exercise his appeal rights. He can protest his innocence if that's what he wants to do. But his constituents come first. And what the member for Kiama has done in the last couple of weeks, playing games with his constituents, playing games with you, Mr Speaker, playing games with the government and the opposition and the general public, is disgraceful.